John's just a humble servant of the Lord that tries to do everything that I can that's the right thing for people. That's me pretty much wrapped up in a nutshell. I've got, I have a beautiful family, and I work and go home. Work some more and go home. Keep working and go home. So I enjoy life. I like it. Well, I was born in Newport, Rhode Island. I was raised mainly in southern New Jersey. I worked 2 restaurants there for 14 years. Then I came down to Florida, been here since '85. I love the Northeast because of the educational experience that I got and the culinary training that I got. Everything else was, when I moved down here, it was like having to start my career all over again. And met my wife, we got married, and had kids and kind of settled down, and instead of being a wild rebel, I calmed down and was an executive chef at the Orlando Arena in Centralplex, also at the Columbia restaurant in Tampa, their flagship, the exec there, private country clubs, convention center, Orange County, I've been around. So, I jumped here and there and everything else, and just so I could further my knowledge and my education. I did not go to culinary school. Drove through the parking lot. I hope that counts. But I like to make a joke about it. But I've worked very hard to get to where I'm at and sacrificed a lot. And to me, it's all worth it. Somebody says, what does it take to be a chef? Well, I can tell you that it's the dedication of a lifetime to be able to do what you do. You've got to have a passion for it. And the Lord has blessed me with that passion, and cleaned up my act, and here I am. I'm gonna look at where I work. I mean, I'm on the beach all day. I mean, this is beautiful. I have 4 restaurants, 5 beverage outlets, and a full commissary that I'm in charge of to run. And I just enjoy it every day. Yeah, it's an hour drive, but that gives me time to think about my game plan on the way in, talk to my staff on the phone. Then on my way home, well, how did the day go? I get to recap my day. And then as I walk in the door, I'm able to leave work at work and go enjoy my home life. I had a friend of mine that his family had a restaurant, and he says, hey, you've been wanting a job? I said, yeah. He says, I got a dishwasher position opened up. I said, dude, it's my 13th birthday. He says, you want the job or you don't? I said, okay, I want the job. So I've been doing this since I was 13. Took a break and joined the military. I was not a cook in the military. And but I still cook part-time. We didn't make a lot of money back then. So I've been doing this all my life, since I was 13 years old. And just progressing. Spent 9 years in the front of the house, learning everything about the front, and learned everything about the back. And I just love what I do. It's making people happy. When I see people that are smiling, how is everything, and they're just smiling, it just touches my heart. So everything's fine. It's just wonderful. Well, we have, as you first approach, we have Sea Dogs, which is a concession stand where you can get banana splits and hot dogs and chips and smoked turkey legs, and it's a concession type atmosphere. All kinds of different things. And then we have Keith's Oyster Bar, which is primarily oysters and clams and shrimp. It's a typical oyster bar, but we do offer hamburgers and chicken fingers for the kids and alligator and stuff like that. And then you have the Boardwalk area, which is the same menu as here in Pelican's, which is a wide variety of seafood, from fresh blue crabs to fresh Florida gator. Everything that I buy is local. Our shrimp comes right from here, right behind me. I don't buy foreign. I buy domestic. I deal with a local company, M&B Seafood and Wild Ocean.
Wild Ocean gets me my shrimp and my alligator, which is all local and fresh. And M&B deals with my fish. I deal with Bar Harbor some in Orlando also. And everything comes in fresh. It has to be. I mean, we're right here. I mean, if I could put a fishing pole out there myself, I would, and say, hey, fresh catch of the day, but we can't exactly do that. So, because it is regulated. So, it's just a multitude of things here. Then we run featured items every day. We don't run specials. We run featured food items because I'm not cleaning out the cooler. I'm buying food just to make for a featured item. Today we're doing fried or blackened grouper po' boys. So I spent a lot of time in Louisiana, in New Orleans. And we're also doing this French fries with crab meat and garlic aioli and heating it up and then bringing it out and then, a little more garlic aioli. And it's just an appetizer. Because we use these Sidewinder fries that are just really, really super good. It's that combination. It's finding that delicate balance between the artistic and the managerial end. Because we still have to look at the numbers. We still have a business to run. So you've got to look and see what you're creating and what you're developing. And then I look at the business end of it and say, well, is this feasible or not? Or can I cut this back a little bit? Can I do this? A lot of people have been very extravagant with a lot of different things. Well, I believe there's elegance and simplicity. So we can do, a little bit of a sugar pull or do a nice little garnish with it. And the plates are still very elegant. It doesn't have to be overwhelming. You don't need to do that. Not everybody's looking for that. People are looking basically for a good home cooked meal that's kicked up a couple notches, and made professionally. That's basically what it is. But there's a fine line between there, and you've got to be able to balance that. And in order to do that, you've got to have a good staff. And I have a wonderful staff. They make me. I don't make them. I cannot do what I do without them. I've got 20, 25 people that work in the kitchens. We have almost 100 people that work at the Pier. And, you've got to balance all that. You've got so many different personalities you have to deal with. And, it's just treating everybody as an individual and being able to maintain that professionalism and do what you have to do and look at the business for the company that you're working for, because we do have to be profitable. But yet we can have fun at the same time. And we just love having fun. Then it's not work. Then it's just coming and having fun all day. I get paid to have fun. So I enjoy it. In the 90s, I was the chef of the Orlando Arena and Centroplex. We did the Summit Award banquet dinner for Performance Magazine. 400 people. We did full to scale ice carving of the arena. We did a full Floridian menu, and the director, Joanne Grant, she mentioned I'd like to introduce the executive chef. And all these promoters, producers, and rock stars stood up and gave me a standing ovation. And I still get goosebumps when I think about it, But one of my most rewarding things that I've ever done is being able to donate my time to help feed the homeless children. And I was in on Chef and the Child Foundation and developing that program with the Central Florida chapter of the American Culinary Federation, where we actually started it at the steps of the arena. And that's important to me. We have a lot of underprivileged children in this country. And I see the person on the corner, I give them $1, give them $1, give them $1, and now I don't because I saw one guy getting into a better vehicle than I drive. So I'll go and help the children. I'll donate whatever it takes to feed people. I mean, we're America. We're supposed to be, one of the top countries in the world, but yet we've got all these people starving. Why? Over greed?
over politics, it's ridiculous. You know, everybody needs to kind of like get it together and get our humanity back. It's not about the money. It's about what are we doing here until it's time for us to go into our next journey. Well, it's like I said, it takes the dedication of a lifetime to become a chef. You need to realize that you're going to be working weekends, holidays, your kids' birthday parties, the football games, the basketball games. It is a sacrifice to do what you do. Is it rewarding? Yes, very rewarding. Just buckle down, learn everything that you can, be like a sponge and absorb it, enjoy it, don't be arrogant about it, and just love life. It's a beautiful thing. I'm enjoying my life now. Instead of, we have the grind here. Don't get me wrong, but I enjoy that. I thrive on that. I like that stress and that pressure. But, depends on what you want. You got to really look deep inside to see what is it that you want in life. And it was like with me, one day I just turned around and said, I want to be a chef. And I studied and I studied and I bought all the books from Culinary Institute to Johnson and Wales and Escoffier, and worked with some very top chefs that mentored me. And look at me today, having a blast. Can't complain.